Jesus was born Jewish, but soon converted to carpentry as he followed his dad into the primitive chair and table industry. What's ironic about Jesus Christ becoming a carpenter was he was actually named after the two words you're most likely to shout after hitting your thumb with a hammer. Scholars believe he was a real historical figure, like Justin Timberlake or Garfield. Whether or not they think he was the actual Son of God who performed miracles, like walking on wine or helping a deaf man see, they all agree he preached tolerance and forgiveness, a message so important his most ardent followers would eventually start killing anyone who didn't want to hear it.
It is TV10 Podcast episode 0439.
That's right.
Niner.
439 episodes. We're still doing this.
Oh, my God. I know, right?
We're a step away from 0440.
I know, right?
And that's a palindrome.
Not only are they paying us to do this, they want to pay us more, I hear.
I'm not saying anything out there, but I am saying that we have some great sponsors, like our good friends at Sugar House Distillery. So
he must not listen to this thing.
Oh, he does.
Really?
He really does.
Okay.
And but here's the interesting exchange with James Fowler, the owner at Sugar House Distillery.
Yep.
He said, "Hey, Tommy, how's Bill Frost doing?" And I said, "Bill Frost is doing just wonderful. I don't see him very often." Okay, well, I'll make sure that he stops by and says hello.
I've not been by the old distillery for a while. I gotta fix that.
You've been in one of the basements here at the TV10 podcast.
Yeah, I pretty much live here, really. So yeah.
Well, you kind of have to live here at this point.
Yeah, I mean specifically in the basement.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that there.
It's totally fine. So I'll come see you, James.
Yeah. But what also happened was they were having a little pizza party
at the distillery?
At the distillery.
Okay.
And I guess his daughter was there, and there was a discussion about getting ready for senior prom, and I'm going, "Oh, that's wonderful. Don't do it. It's
just don't do it.
It's not worth it." And then they pointed out, "Oh, well, that's her date sitting right there." And I'm going, "Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, sir."
You'll have to go with some loser.
Yeah. Don't do it either. I mean, save your money. Save it for something else. Don't be like one of those 90s.
Go out for a nice dinner.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around with prom. It's the worst thing that can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cock block that kid. It was unintentional cock blocking.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
I want to say yes, but at the same time...
Is someone going to take life advice from you?
That stings, but at the same time, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Also, in case my lawyer's listening... We're just performance artists, Your Honor.
Yeah. So fun times over at the Sugar House Distillery.
Absolutely. Well, you're drinking some of the fun times with the raspberry whiskey sour.
It's good. It's very good.
It's a great can to have there. And, of course, I had a little bit of the single malt whiskey.
Yeah.
That, some morning zoo decided to have one day.
Oh, really? Are they on the train now?
Well, they got on the train through a certain proprietor of Wine Academy of Utah.
Oh, okay.
Not a sponsor.
Right. Okay.
Yet.
All right.
So I'm just saying, and people should be listening, we got them first.
Yeah.
Let's get that out of the way. TV10 Podcast with me, Tommy Milagro, and over there, Bill Frost.
Yeah.
We are the only podcast that matters, trademark, that has alcoholic sponsors. 5 of them.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
No, not really. I mean, seriously, look at our audience.
Right, yeah. So, had some rock and roll business this weekend.
There's always rock and roll business with you.
Yeah, played at Big Willie's.
Uh-huh.
And it's now like one of the We're going to have every RSL game, no blackouts, nothing. That is Real Salt Lake, by the way.
Okay.
Because now you can watch them on Apple TV Plus. Or Apple TV. I think there's some package in there. Anyway, they got all the soccer games.
Right.
It's soccer, by the way. Had some people try to correct me last night. Like, it's football. I go, we're in fucking America. It's soccer.
Seriously, they soccer-splained you?
Yeah.
That's our title right there, Soccer-splain. Okay, I'm so sorry you went through that.
I mean, it's called Major League Soccer. It's called Major League Football.
It should be.
No.
We're
in America.
Well, correction. We're in America.
America.
You're putting too much emphasis on the A.
Yeah, so we had to wait for the RSL game to be over. Fortunately, RSL won, so we didn't have a bunch of pissed off hooligans in there. And then rock and roll was had.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what would have happened if there was soccer hooligans?
I don't even want to think about it.
I kind of do.
Could have gotten ugly.
I'm just saying, you just get one of those scarves, maybe a cricket bat, and then you could go to town.
But they were a happy bunch.
Yeah.
Good for them.
And I would love to have joined you. However, I know better.
Yeah, you know better.
Yeah.
And so you saw... I saw a movie this weekend. You saw a movie this weekend.
Oh, is this the movie corner
Let's
of
just
TV10 Podcast?
jump right into it. I know we got some listener mailbag to get to, too.
Yes. I'm getting that pulled up here. But
So I watched Babylon. It is now on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
It is the much maligned 3-hour Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie thing about
Tobey Maguire's in there.
Yeah, he's in there. A lot of people are in there. It's about the transition between silent films to talkies. And it's about, the hedonistic golden age of Hollywood.
Right.
And it's a lot. I mean, it is a fucking lot to watch.
So
gorgeously filmed. It's got some of these super long shots. It's
okay.
Just great.
Yeah.
The story is a bit incoherent, and it didn't need to be 3 hours.
Okay. But on a scale of 1 to Black Adam.
Oh, far and above Black Adam.
And again, on a scale of 1 to Morbius.
Not even on the same scale.
Not even the same fucking league or
no,
the sport.
No. I'd recommend checking it out. Of course, I would recommend checking it out after you, maybe had an edible.
Oh, really?
Kind of helps. Yeah.
Not that we would endorse that on TV10
not at
Podcast.
all. So how are we getting with that Dragonfly endorsement?
There's some legalities involved.
Only some.
Well, let's face it, the Utah legislature.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of drugged up freaks, Cocaine Bear.
Yes.
You saw it at the office.
Yes. And by the office, I mean Broovies.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
A lot of people went to see it this weekend.
Yes.
Did pretty well.
This is what I would just say here. And again, it's hard to explain this properly other than there is cocaine that gets into a bear, and said bear rips people apart.
Seems pretty self-explanatory.
I mean, it's like Sharknado or Llamapocalypse or Llamageddon or Alpocalypse.
Right, okay.
It's right there in the name. Why are you trying to think so hard about it?
Yeah.
And
so does it leave it wide open for a sequel? Cocaine Bear 2?
There's talk. There is talk. Now, here's the interesting thing. Because this was, and I think we talked about this last time, or maybe somebody else I talked to. This was directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
She also directed Charlie's Angels. The good one. So, the one with Kristen Stewart.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I barely remember that one.
I know. That's the problem. And I think if memory serves, it came out around the time of a certain disease that was going on. So
China virus.
Yeah.
From China.
Yeah. So this was me making it up to Elizabeth Banks.
Okay.
And I think it deserves a sequel. Or at the very least, it needs a bit of a Sharknado treatment.
Okay. All right. So you recommend this movie?
Well, here's the problem. There's a little too many people, not enough Cocaine Bear. But
okay.
But the times the Cocaine Bear ripped into people, not humans, people,
right?
Because people suck.
Yeah. Okay.
It was awesome.
Right.
And it should be noted, this was the final performance of Tragedy, Ray Liotta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was, oh, God. And
what a movie to go out on.
Oh, It's a perfect way to go. As we were just talking about in the green room, I give this 3.5 bumps.
Okay. Nice.
I think I know how you do a sequel, though. I've already figured this out.
Maybe a prequel.
No. It has to be a sequel.
Okay.
Has to be a sequel. I know the way to do this. So, just first of all, I need to mention that we're doing this live. Mm-hmm. This is recorded. Yeah. Therefore, this is copyrighted material.
Okay.
Cocaine Bear 2.
Yeah.
The Search for a Curly Smack.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Now, granted.
Listen up, Hollywood.
Now, the other title we could go with is 8-Ball Bear.
8-Ball Bear.
Which
just escalate. Yeah.
I mean, there's a video game on Cocaine Bear's website that's The Search for Pablo Escobar.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, really, this would be, if we do 8-Ball Bear, John Bearlushi. A bit of a stretch, I know, but it works.
Okay.
And again, I think we need to trademark that name so that we can get that money.
You heard it here first.
Yep. So what I'm saying is, Elizabeth Banks, pony up that money.
Right. So what do we got in the listener mailbag?
Ooh, yes. Which you can also reach out to us via all our many social media platforms or our email, which is tv10podcast@gmail.com. This one comes to us from, where else? Ted Hansen.
All right.
Trauma Porn Report, he says. A Million Little Things, final season, episode 3.
We're only 3 episodes in.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Some characters make assumptions about other characters, and then in the final act, find out they were horribly mistaken. Golly.
Yeah, well, it's a real twist there.
Yeah. P.S. Speaking of million, Station 11 is about the Hold up.
What?
Okay. Take a sip of the genius juice when I say this.
Get prepared here.
Yeah. P.S. Speaking of million, Station 11 is about 1,000,000 times better than The Last of Us. Ted, we love you, man. We know you. We love you.
I don't disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Station 11 didn't get enough recognition when it was like almost 2 years ago now.
Okay.
And The Last of Us, people are going a little overboard with declaring it the best thing ever. So I think there's a middle ground there.
I will say it's better than the last seasons of The Walking Dead.
Well, yeah.
And it's not quite up there with the Z Nation. It does make you question mushrooms.
Yes.
Every way, shape, and or form.
Well, they only belong on pizzas.
Or exploding out of your heads,
yes.
apparently.
One or the other.
But it's not the worst thing out there either. There's a million shows that could be worse.
Z Nation. Someday might rewatch that. I do remember that they started off trying to be serious. Mm-hmm. Then they just fuck it.
Yeah.
They just went full comedy.
Well, I had somebody at the office try to explain to me that Cocaine Bear was better than Ant-Man, and I'm like, hold up. Those are not the same things.
Well,
you can't talk to me.
No, are those both playing at the office right now?
They are playing at the office.
Both
yes.
of them, huh?
Yes.
I should make a day of it.
Yes, you should. It is a good time to visit the office and see the state of affairs. I would recommend that.
Okay, cool.
Also tell them that TV10 Podcast sent you. So, for anybody that's listening, of course.
Right, yeah. So that's the end of the mailbag?
That's the end of the mailbag there.
Got it. Okay. Some new stuff coming up this week. And, of course, the big one, The Mandalorian, Season 3 on Wednesday.
We just can't get enough of Pedro Pascal. Literally.
So there's that. You know what that is. Mm-hmm. And this new series called Wreck. I believe it's a British import.
WRECK?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about a teen kid who basically sneaks aboard a mega cruise ship, joins the crew kind of on the down low.
As a stowaway.
Pretty much, yeah. But basically his sister had the same job, and she disappeared.
Oh.
And this is sort of being described as a horror comedy.
Huh.
Like Triangle of Sadness meets Scream. is what it looks like to me.
See, I would have gone with a mystery here, like Avenue 5 meets...
Well, apparently there's a horror element to this, of which I have not sure what that is yet.
There's been some movies about ghost ships.
Yeah.
Not Pirates of the Caribbean. That's bullshit. So let's get that out of the way.
That's Wednesday on Hulu. Also Wednesday, new series True Lies, based on James Cameron 1994 action classic.
With Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Governor Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, so this time around, the Schwarzenegger role goes to a Steve Howie. You might know him as Kev from Shameless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's an IT guy by day, spy by night, or vice versa.
And the wife?
The wife is a Ginger Gonzaga. She's played the best friend on She-Hulk, Attorney at Law.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like this casting.
And so they bring her into the spy game much more quickly than they did in the movie. You remember Jamie Lee Curtis was pretty much clueless for most of the movie.
And most of their marriage.
Yeah, for this whole spy thing. She's on board pretty quickly.
Fun fact, True Lies had the screen debut of one Eliza Dushku.
Really? Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, she was the daughter.
That's right, yeah. And I don't know if this is a selling point or not. Tom Arnold would be guesting. Yeah. I don't know if that's a recommendation or not.
I would never say you need to have a couple of gummies to take down what Tom Arnold is putting down, but maybe a couple of swigs of one of our fine sponsors, like a single malt whiskey from Sugar House Distillery.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a endorsement.
Yeah. On Thursday on Netflix, the second season of Sex/Life. This is a Sarah Shahi's thing. She's a bored housewife who enters into a love triangle.
Okay.
She's got her husband, and she's also got her bad boy ex-boyfriend. And lots of sex and nudity ensues.
Okay.
So if you're into that,
where's this on?
that's on the Netflix.
Oh, okay. I gotta subscribe to that shit.
No,
Okay.
no, not really.
Okay. I'm gonna take a pass on that.
Here's one that's been in the works for a while. On Prime Video on Friday, March 3rd, Daisy Jones and the Six.
Okay.
Starring Riley Keough, daughter of Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh yeah, tragedy.
Yeah. And basically, it's about a 70s rock band. She's the singer. And basically, you could call this the Fleetwood Mac story.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I see where this is
It's
headed.
very Fleetwood Mac-y.
Is there lots of documentary footage?
Well, this is filmed like a rock doc.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. I will say Riley can probably pull that shit off real easily. I never would have suspected her as a Stevie Nicks type.
I don't know, but there's a soundtrack of all original music. There like 24 songs were written for this thing, including some by Phoebe Bridgers and others. Yeah.
Now, the last time I saw a movie that featured a quasi 70s group was Almost Famous. But the soundtrack for the songs played by Stillwater was done by the singer for Heart,
Nancy Wilson.
Yeah,
or Ann Wilson.
I
think it's Nancy.
Which one is married to the director?
That's Nancy Wilson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So is that like the same case here with Daisy Jones, or is it?
No. Riley Keough doesn't write music, and I guess she sings.
Okay.
Or don't really know. But it was the whole original soundtrack was written by a bunch of outside artists.
I'd be kind of curious to see who contributed to that.
All I remember, one of them was Phoebe Bridgers.
All right.
And there's others of her ilk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how you say that, of their ilk.
Yeah, just listen to KRCL. He'll hear it, probably.
Okay.
Season 2 on Friday of Grand Crew. Remember this thing?
Not even close.
It's Friends, but it's not. It's set in L.A., not New York. Instead of a coffee shop, they hang out at a wine bar. And no whiteys.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember her.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's...
I don't want to call it Black Friends.
Okay, first of all, let's be careful here.
I know, right?
One false step and we're...
I don't want to get Dilberted.
Exactly. Thank you. We don't... We're okay, and again, can we also just point out not to say racist things on a YouTube channel? I mean, that should be a given.
Is that where he said it?
Yeah.
What a fucking moron.
Right?
Of course, he's already a zillionaire, so what does he care if, like, hundreds of newspapers drop Dilbert?
He'll probably care once the money dries up.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is a recommendation or not. Saturday Night Live this week
Okay.
will be hosted by Travis Kelce.
Who?
He's of the Kansas City Chiefs. So you got a sports ball guy hosting the show.
Okay. Now I know who you're talking about now. Kind of, but I get it.
Yeah, so, when sports ball guys host Saturday Night Live, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's terrible.
Yeah, any sports figure, it's hit or miss. Let's be honest. Although, from what I've been hearing, Woody Harrelson was just...
Yeah, I haven't seen that because I was attending to Rock and Roll Business Saturday night.
Yeah,
so I did not see it.
Apparently, he did a monologue that was like a whole like a COVID vax jab, phrasing. And I guess it didn't quite stick the landing. Again, phrasing.
Well, I hear Elon Musk liked it.
Yeah. I think that just answers everybody's questions right there. And apparently somebody on Twitter was like, oh, what's next? Is it going to be hosted by Scott Baio, Rob Schneider? And I'm like, settle the fuck down.
Let's get Kirk Cameron in here.
Oh, God.
Kevin Sorbo.
Actually, they did mention that name.
Saturday Night Live with your host, Kevin Sorbo.
I would pay money just to see...
Musical guest, Nickelback.
Oh, God. I don't know if we're ready for that. We're not ready for that, man. I'm not ready for that. Ugh.
No.
And I'm not drinking hard enough here. That's half the problem.
That's most of the problem there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it might be that time.
Really? Already?
Are you prepared?
As much as I ever am.
All right.
So hit the music.
It's precious.
Jesus Christ. Did we need to clear the crowd's throats here? Or?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Well, hey, either way, from the sports desk.
I tried.
It's all right. As I clear off the phlegm here, we delivered to you the sport of professional wrestling here. But really, we're going to have to do some football because, XFL. So because there is a demand out there and I am part of the sports desk here, let me deliver to you the sports ball for week 2 of the XFL. So as we are talking right now, Thursday's game, the Battlehawks took on the Sea Dragons and they squeaked out 20-18. And then Saturday, it was the Vegas Vipers. They got downed by the Defenders, 18-6. And as we're recording live on air on Sunday, February 26th here, the Brahmas, as in like Brahma Bulls, since, Rock's team,
right?
They trounced the Guardians 30-12. And as we are talking live on air, it is the Renegades versus the Roughnecks, and already it's a close one at the start of the third quarter, 14-10 here. All this can be found on ESPN and ESPN2. And I know some fans were asking about this. No, it's not on ESPN 8. We're sorry. The Ocho, for some reason, is not carrying it for some reason. We're going to reach out to our people at the Ocho about that. But in all seriousness, let's turn to the information that is provided to us by slamwrestling.net. I write for them, and I have an MBA as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Time to drink up here. But apparently, the XFL did well in its first week of the new season under the league's new ownership of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So according to this, Saturday, now this is from... this was in our news and rumors section on Wednesday the 22nd here. According to this, Saturday's game on ABC brought 1,535,000 viewers to ABC with a .40 in the key demo in terms of the demo, it beat every other network that night except for PGA Golf programming. And also the premiere of Player 54, the XFL documentary series that aired on ABC before the game, scored 696,000 viewers with a .5 in the key demo. That's 18 to 49 age viewers here. Now, Saturday's ESPN game between Orlando and Houston was seen by 751 viewers with a .23 in the key demo. That puts it in a place among cable shows that night. Now, there was a simulcast on the FX that saw an additional 390,000 viewers to that total, and the network had a key demo number of .11, so meaning 1 million viewers were tuned in for that game. And then for Sunday's Seattle DC game, that scored 918,000 viewers for ESPN on Sunday night with a .29 in the key demo, putting it in 6th place among cable shows. Now, here's the thing. We've done this dance before. We've been down this road. It starts hot and then it just sort of tapers off. Now, granted, a couple of years ago, it tapered off tremendously, or as we said it at the time, bigly, because, there was this pandemic thing going on.
Yeah.
So
kind of ruined that comeback season.
Kind of a buzzkill.
Yeah.
So time will tell if this is going to be any different under The Rock's watch. So we'll find out in a second. Also, as far as WWE is concerned, AEW Network's WWE block on Sunday scored some decent ratings as part of their biography series. So they had an episode on New World Order that scored 495,000 viewers with a .15 in the key 18 to 49 demo. So that's pretty good. And then the Rivals episode, and this was the one between Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant that spotlighted that. 444,000 viewers watched that as well. So pretty good right there. And on to All Elite Wrestling here. So a couple of things here. Now, on this Wednesday night, Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, had a big announcement. You want to know what it is, Bill?
No, what?
Are you ready for this?
Okay, yes.
TBS will be airing a new show after Dynamite called AEW All Access. It's a documentary series that will feature Adam Cole, baby, Dr. Britt Baker, Sammy Guevara, Tay Conti, the Young Bucks, Soraya, Wardlow, and Eddie Kingston, along with Tony Khan. TBS describes the show as each episode will showcase AEW stars as they navigate the week-to-week challenges to remain at the top, and will track the rivalries between talent as they vie for fans' attention. So, on a scale of,
I couldn't be less interested in this.
So can you kind of feel the skies of Warner Brothers Discovery taken to this? Can you just
we're spending money on this?
Yeah. Can you feel that?
No. Yeah.
Speaking of which, though, one thing you do want to tune into as we're talking live on the air, this Sunday, March 5th, is going to be AEW Revolution.
Oh.
Yeah, that's their tentpole pay-per-views, and it looks to be a good one where it's going to feature in the main event Bryan Danielson challenging Maxwell Jacob Friedman, NJF, for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And you could get that on Bleacher Report for only $49.99.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah.
Bleacher Report?
Bleacher Report.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, for some reason, some places were saying that you could order on Fight, and I'm going, no, you can't. I looked. I really looked. So, not happening there. Anyway, so that's what's going to be taking place later in the week, and I think there's a couple of other things that we're going to address before we get out of here. And speaking of AEW, on the Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer reported that Kenny Omega's contract is being extended by AEW due to the time he was dealing with injuries. So it was supposed to end in January, but it's been extended approximately 9 months to reflect the injury time that he was going to be off here. And let's see. And I think we're going to... Oh, and a couple other things here. While we're talking AEW, there's word that key members of the AEW roster, when their contracts end this year, WWE might be pursuing to bring those people back into the fold. So...
Such as?
It doesn't say here, but good. Well, again, it's a news and rumors section, so we don't know who or what. We actually want to report facts here. Kind of funny that way. And I think there's just one more story I wanted to pull up here. But I would definitely say this. Let's see. Well, actually, I think it can be reported at this point. Medusa had just released her biography that my editor, Greg Oliver, helped write with her. So that is available and should be coming out to not only bookstores, but also other places where you can order, like, say, slamwrestling.net. You know, I write for them.
Oh, that's all I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, I just have an MBA, that's all.
Yeah, weird.
And as you're just getting that hair of the dog in your system there, just know that, you know, we're not soccer hooligans. We talk about important things like professional wrestling because it's sports.
And sports with Tommy Milagro. Go, team.
There we go.
That's better.
That was a much better one. So, it's you needed that lubrication in your system.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So, did you hear that Succession, the upcoming 4th season, will be the last?
Yep, I did hear that.
More HBO fuckery?
It was going to end anyway.
I mean, it's right there in the title.
Yeah. I think this is a good time as any to get the fuck out of the way. But we need more Kieran Culkin. I think we can all agree on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about Brian Cox. It's like, I just look at him and I'm going, oh, so you can see the barb marks where the scene got chewed. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen a single episode. Have you?
Of the new season?
Well, of any of Succession.
Really? I've been watching it faithfully.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess family drama just doesn't do it for me.
Oh, you should watch.
I should
just for the dialogue.
Really?
Oh, it's so fucking mean.
But mean in a good way, like Arrested Development, or mean?
Oh yeah, it's like Arrested Development taken to the nth degree. I mean, it is just like, imagine if Arrested Development had been on HBO.
See, I would have
no language restrictions whatsoever.
See, I would have paid money if Arrested Development and Succession got together.
Crossover episode?
I'm just saying I would have paid money for that. But no, we can't do that because, well, Jessica Walter, she did.
Yeah. And
that's a little hard.
And also, I watch Succession is one of those shows I watch with the subtitles on because, you know, the lines go by so fast. It's
okay.
What the fuck did he say?
Yeah, so this is the Gilmore Girls rule. You
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like what we say with the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and Gilmore Girls. You need to actually understand what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah.
Literally.
So, yeah, definitely I would recommend Succession.
Okay.
On the old HBO Max. They didn't get rid of that.
Okay. But we still have The Last of Us, I know, for now. But then after that, what's the next big thing for Warner Brothers Discovery? We're a couple of years away from House of the Dragon.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, by a minute, we're talking 2 years.
Maybe they can crank out some more Velma.
Yeah, are we ready for cringe and woke?
Well, it did get renewed for a second season.
Okay.
Despite everyone's protests.
So basically, Warner Brothers Discovery said, fuck you guys. We're doubling down on this.
Well, obviously somebody's watching it. I mean, if there's this much complaints about it, someone's watching it to complain.
Therefore, there's money to be had.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That is a good reason as any right there. I will say, though, the thing I did watch on HBO Max the other day was Mark Maron's special From Bleak to Dark.
Yeah.
Oh, God, did it get dark.
Can we just agree nothing's ever going to get better again?
Yeah, my favorite is I just don't want to do anything different. I love the old stupid where it's like, yeah, I'm dumb. What are you gonna do? but the new stupid is, well, do your own research.
Yeah.
There's some stuff it is just brilliantly done. Yeah. And this is further proof that looks like HBO Max is getting into the comedy game again.
Yeah, well, that was an HBO special.
Well,
it wasn't strictly an HBO Max special.
Yeah, but I would say that I remember when HBO was the home for...
They used to put them out a lot more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Netflix has had that, but at this point...
Netflix put out too many.
Yeah. And they ignored me, of all people. But I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. Sorry, that must be the mocktail kicking in another gear.
And one of the shows we talked about a few weeks ago, and I finally got into it, got caught up on it.
What's that?
Shrinking. It's from the Ted Lasso people.
Okay.
Starring Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, Jessica Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fucking funny. Very funny show. So, Shrinking on Apple TV Plus.
Okay. I need to resubscribe again, it sounds like. And I was just thinking to myself, I need to revisit Loki, especially after Quantumania. Mm-hmm. There was some shit I forgot about, so kind of need to see it again.
And
that's my recommendation, by the way, for anybody that was wondering.
Oh, the other show, if you need more than one show to justify paying for Apple TV Plus, also there's Hello Tomorrow, a new series starring Billy Crudup. Basically, it's a kind of a retro futuristic thing where we're going to the moon. We got flying cars and everything, but it still looks like 1950.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I think Slow Horses is
Slow Horses is there.
There's
basically, if you've never subscribed to Apple TV Plus, it's worth checking out because there are a lot of really good shows on there that have only some of them, like Severance, have really captured people's attention. And of course, Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
But there's dozens of fucking great shows on Apple TV Plus.
I think I'm just waiting for the next season of Ted Lasso and Severance,
which is coming next month.
Is it next month?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Whee! Okay. I am now a happy camper.
Might be the last season.
Don't do that to me. Why are you?
That's just what I've heard.
Why do you do this?
That's just what I heard.
Why do you do this to me? I was just getting so happy, and it's going to be the last season. Fuck! That's like telling me, oh, here's your dog. Great. It's only got 6 weeks to live. Fuck!
Oh, and another one I didn't have any hopes for, but it's turning out to be very funny so far.
Which is?
Animal Control.
Oh, yeah.
Joel McHale.
That has had some genuine laughs there.
Did not think it would be that good. But so far, yeah.
Where do you see that now?
It's on Fox.
Okay.
You can also watch it on Hulu.
But here's the thing. Animal Control has no laugh track.
Nope.
Right? So
no laugh track.
And we are on board with no laugh tracks here at TV10 Podcast. That is among our big platforms, right up there with stop making garbage people famous.
And there's that also, yes.
Yeah. It's one of the things that we ask people to endorse as much as possible. So we do our part here. Yeah. So what else do you got there? Or
I'm trying to find something else here.
You're trying to scan through and you're trying to weed through all the ads and see what else we need to talk about here.
Because I did not have a lot of time to prep this weekend, so just kind of flying here.
Okay.
Not really knowing where the fuck we're going.
Well, I will say this. Poker Face is definitely starting to get more interesting.
Yeah, it's like Burn Notice. Yeah, good show. You heard of that?
Come on. It's a great show, man. But yeah, and this last episode was pretty good because it had Nick Nolte in there.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, it almost made me want to have what's the word? Sympathy for Nolte, or at least his character, anyway. And again, Natasha Lyonne is a gem.
Yep.
So give her all the awards. That's all I got to say on that. But let's see. And I know we've talked about the Last of Us here. I guess as we're recording live on air, this next episode's going to be a good little flashback sequence here, featuring the protagonist Ellie.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I think that's worth watching. And I would also say, Last Week Tonight is back, and John Oliver is prepping us for doom. He's like an English Mark Maron, but he tries to give us hope. He really, really tries to give us some sort of hope, even though we're pretty much going into a pretty fetid landscape here. And now this.
Yeah, so Ted Lasso back on Wednesday, March 15th.
Oh.
Pretty soon.
Yay!
Yeah. We're almost into March now.
Okay. So that'll be a good time to resubscribe, I guess.
Yeah. New month means I got a new TV column coming out in City Weekly and various other places. This one is about, what the fuck is it about? I've already forgotten what it's about.
You haven't figured the title, or you got it written down?
It's written.
Okay.
It's already submitted and everything. I'm just trying to remember what the fuck it was. It's about, I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary of working from home.
Okay.
So I thought, whatever happened to the workplace comedy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I rounded up some workplace comedies, not The Office, but some other ones.
Okay, so I was going to say, that's usually the go-to right there.
Yeah, I purposely left that one out.
Okay.
But like Party Down, the new season started on Starz, fucking good as ever.
With Adam
Scott,
yeah.
And all the original cast, Martin Starr, Jane Lynch, Megan Mullally.
Okay.
And except for Lizzie Kaplan, they explained her absence.
Oh. They
say in the 13 years that have elapsed since the last season of Party Down, she became a cast member of Saturday Night Live.
They made that work somehow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
So workplace comedies like now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Let's see. I want to say Mary Tyler Moore.
That could have been in there, but I didn't use that one.
Okay. Candace Bergman's.
You're talking about Murphy Brown.
Murphy Brown. That's the one. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they fucked Murphy Brown because when they tried to make
the new version,
the reboot.
Yeah.
Wow, it was not good.
You can just smell failure off of that.
That was so bad. Oh man. I can't believe I don't remember hardly anything I wrote for this thing. It must have been that good.
Well, you did have quite the rock and roll weekend.
Well, of course, Workaholics.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying.
Most of it takes place in an office.
And that's Adam Devine before he became a Righteous Gemstone.
Yeah. Also, Corporate. Remember that? Did you ever see Corporate?
Yes. Oh, God. If we're going to talk dark.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Now, I do want to clarify something. When you say you left off The Office, you're talking the American Office, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about
also could have used the British one, but didn't.
Are you just tired of Ricky Gervais at this point?
I just thought, you'd expect that one.
Yeah.
Remember Better Off Ted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one.
There's this French series on Netflix called Call My Agent. It's about a talent agency in France.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Very funny.
Let me guess. On Netflix?
Yes.
Of course it is.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's all right.
And of course, the Larry Sanders Show. You can watch that on HBO Max.
Yeah, I guess it is considered a workplace comedy, even though it's a TV late night show.
Yeah.
So
it takes place mostly in the office.
Yeah. Or if you really want to circle back to it somehow, you could have brought in Harley Quinn Valentine's special. His turn-ons are the last 8 seasons of The Office. What the fuck is his problem? I know. What is his deal? That was my favorite Valentine's episode, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely. The Harley Quinn, a very problematic Valentine's special is just so good.
I just prefer people to use the right pronunciations. Why is it so hard to say anyway? It's not anyways. That makes me so angry. And it turns me off. I can't do it justice there, but...
The best Bane.
But, well, I would even go to say I actually cared about Etrigan, so...
Yeah, really? What?
See, kids, on DC, there is a thing called the Demon that was Jason Blood's demonic form from hell called Etrigan. And now you know the rest of the DC story. You're welcome, and we're sorry.
Wow, that's such good information to have.
Well, how else are you going to figure out a yellow rhyming demon?
True, yeah.
So, but I would definitely say, yeah, we did everybody you did everybody a favor by not bringing in The Office, especially the last seasons. Thank you for that.
Oh, come on, Ed Helms.
What's
wrong with the Ed Helms years?
I think you just explained it.
Yeah.
No, but I would say, yeah, I think we're Ricky Gervais now too, so that's probably good you didn't include that one there.
Anyway, you can find that at billfrost.tv later this week.
Okay.
And what's your latest for Slam?
So right now I've just been focusing on the recaps for the NWA, that's the National Wrestling Alliance, and AEW Rampage. I'm trying to get some other interviews going when you hear about it, you will listen to it first here on the podcast, and we'll direct you to go to slamwrestling.net because, I have an MBA and I know some people in the industry. My latest article for NWA USA was Thrillbilly Silas defeating the Priest of Punishment, Judas, with the title Sending Evil on a Thrill Ride.
Oh.
So, got some love from the Thrillbilly himself.
Okay,
so,
nice.
Yeah. I sometimes the headlines just write themselves, which also could have been a good horror movie, like Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil on a thrill ride.
So, before we get out of here, what to watch harder? We've already mentioned quite a few.
Yeah.
The one I want to mention again, to reiterate, Kunk on Earth.
Yes.
On Netflix. Sorry.
Yeah, and again, just to clarify, that's Kunk, not Cuck on Earth.
Yeah, Cunk
on
Earth.
If you look that up, that's a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah, it's history like you don't know it. Or have never known it.
So these modern humans, were they kind of meaty a bit? It's that kind of British dry wit.
Oh, my God.
We've already talked about Poker Face.
Poker Face, of course. Shrinking on Apple TV+. Definitely check that out.
Okay.
And, check out Babylon. Even though you've heard terrible things about it.
But again, it's still better than Morbius.
Yes.
I think we can all agree on that. But let's see. I would also say if you're going to have to watch a movie, Cocaine Bear.
Of course.
Yeah. We're just giving it the TV Tam bump, which, by the way, we're just performance artists, Your Honor. Anyway, that won't get me in trouble, will it?
Not at all. No.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to, mentioning people or a hate group, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, we're not going to get Dilberted on this one.
No. Do we want to write that down? Getting Dilberted?
No, we don't want to be associated with that at all.
Oh.
Not at all, no.
Okay, just making sure. But you never know, because we want to drum up the numbers somehow.
So, sponsors.
Yes, we have many. We have some tasty ones. Like, first of all, we got to thank Sugar House Distillery for providing Mr. Frost with a little hair of the dog in the way of a raspberry whiskey sour.
Yes.
A nice summery drink in the dead of winter.
Yes.
And, of course, I just had a little genius juice with the single malt whiskey, also by Sugar House Distillery, which, by the way, should we mention that this podcast, the only podcast that matters, trademark, has the sponsorship to get these people under our studio. I mean, we're no morning zoo, but we can get these people involved. Yeah. Just like we got our other fine sponsors like Outlaw Distillery. And we also have Ogden's Own Distillery. They make some great drinks like 5 Wives, 5 Husbands, Madame Patterini Gin. The 5 Wives and 5 Husbands are vodkas, by the way. Then there's the Porter's Fire and the Porter's Peanut Butter Whiskey. Then there's the Underground. Then they also have some cans as well. And I would even say if you want some other cans, there's Bohemian Brewery. They're fine sponsors as well. Also great for a winter day. And, of course, as we just mentioned, as I'm having a mingle mocktail as well, this is the Blood Orange Elderflower Mimosa over here, as opposed to a Jason Mimosa. That can be found at Booze-Teak. And, of course, they not only do they have non-alcoholic drinks, if you don't want to get in trouble with your bishop, you can also find some great glassware and some great mixing elements. And as I was wandering the other day into ye old liquor store, some guy was saying, where can I get bitters? Where can I find some good quality bitters? Sir, let me help you here as a podcaster here.
Of course.
You
yes.
need to go to Booze-Teak, tell them Tommy Milagro and TV Tan Podcast sent you. And you know the funny thing it was when that happened? I was wearing the TV Tan Podcast t-shirt.
That?
Isn't that amazing?
What a quinky dink.
Yes, and not only do I provide a service, I am telling people this is how you drink smarter around Utah. See, what I'm trying to say is, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, if you were having such a bad time, I'm so sorry about your damn luck. You should have hung out with the TV Tan Podcast. We could have helped you out here.
I think so, yes.
Yes, of course, we would have had to deal with Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, but...
Yeah, I don't know about that, yeah.
But I figure if we got them a few shots of our sponsors, they could have turned things around.
Yeah.
So maybe we could have got them to see Big Willie's. I'm just saying, I think next time we need to reach out to the NBA on TNT. So I'm just saying, could be a lock right there. But until that
it's all coming together.
Yeah. But either way, until then, buy your t-shirts from us, only $15. Send us an email. T-shirt me now in the subject line. Your name, your address. Do you do Venmo or PayPal? No crypto ever. Your shirt size. And of course, we will provide that to you. Only $15 plus the cost of whatever shipping is. And otherwise, just tell people TV Tan Podcast sent you.
All right. That'll be good enough.
I think we've covered all the bases here.
Yeah. So
right.
With that, good night, America.
And jiggle that handle, sir. And for you also, sir, off you fuck.
There's only me and my TV
Christianity was the fidget spinner of medieval times, a huge craze that would last forever. It led to a boom in religious iconography. Images of Jesus were everywhere you looked. In medieval times, there were lots of paintings of Jesus. How did he find the time to pose for the artist? What was his availability like?
Well, he was everywhere always, figuratively speaking.
So they're painting him from memory, like someone describing an intruder to a police sketch artist, but an intruder who's the Son of God. In all paintings of Jesus, he comes in two modes, doesn't he? He's either a baby or he's being crucified. Are there any paintings where he's being crucified as a baby?
No.
Right, they missed an opportunity there, didn't they, to play the sympathy card. Did Jesus ever paint himself?
I don't believe so. Certainly there's no record of that happening.
Well, can we be sure? You know, he might not have signed it. He was quite modest, wasn't he?
Well, he was modest in parts. He did also say he was the Son of God.
Yeah, he could have kept that quiet.
Then he wouldn't have been killed.
Yeah, what an idiot.